Ooh, what's in here? Oh yeah, Teox, of course. $4,000, huh? I mean, I get pretty good point ratio on my main account, so that's not too bad. Interesting. So they're rebalancing siege rewards. They said later today, so we'll have to follow up. Alright, let's do Hydra on the free-to-play. As much as I want to do live arena, I don't know that I'm in a good mental health spot to do live arena. It's gonna torture the shit out of me. So let me finish getting my masteries on Hugo. It should just be these last two to War Master. Alright, just for a little bit of extra damage out of the Hugo. We got Sniper, that's the important part with Hugo. And then I also have masteries for Brazelvarg. What's up, Freak? It's going okay, man. Problem is, I'm not building him for accuracy. I'm specifically building Razzlebarg for damage. What's up, Aspect? You love my videos. You hope I have a better day. I appreciate that, man. Yeah. Honestly, it's been like a combination of just stress right now, like financial stress, but then um I don't have writer's block. Give me a second. This is bugging me. All right, there we go. So I don't have like writer's block. It's the opposite. I have like a ton of videos that I want to make. I just don't have the motivation, which is really painful. Like that's why my stream started so late today, because I just can't get over my own demons, I guess. But streaming right now was a start. I wasn't going to stream at all. So the fact that I'm streaming at all is a really good start, in my opinion, to try and, you know, take control of this, whatever this is. What's up, Nick? All right, we're going to do some Hydra here. I'm excited. This team is solid now. And I've got full masteries on Hugo and a couple of masteries now on Razzlebark. Now, I still cannot do hard. I'm still doing normal. What's up, Jack? How's it going? But this is my normal team here. I'd love to try it out on hard, but I already have. Razzlebark's too squishy for hard. And that's, I built him that way. I built him for damage. So I have to take credit for that. We need to land the provoke. I'm pumped to see this Hydra run. Yeah, it's a pretty solid run. I think I'd rather get the speed to start. Kind of wish I waited on the buff extension there. Because we don't have a Mischief tank, that's the biggest threat, as you can see, right? We do mitigate that threat quite a bit with block buffs, but we still gotta make sure we're managing it. Now, it's worth noting that I have Razzlebarg built for damage. I actually don't have a lot of accuracy on Razzlebarg. So he is going to hit really hard, but he's not going to land his leech more than likely. Or, okay, well, hey, that's the great thing about doing normal. Pretty easy. So I do want to, my best Mischief tank would be Mithrala, so I got to try to keep her with that intercept buff so that Mischief will keep targeting her, just like that. Now we lost our Hex, so we need to keep on fighting. I want to take off that Provoke. Try and keep that block buffs up. So we can't hit here anymore because we don't have the Hex up. Oh, I'm dumb. That's on me. That's on me. I don't know. I feel like that's a restart. That's a restart. I totally forget about Wixwell being my provoker. I take it for granted because on my main account I have Archer Queen and I just use her. I'm actually going to delay this one turn. I do want to try and extend that speed buff if I can later on with Godseeker. And we don't need the healing right now. We don't need the buff extension. Like, I'd rather have good buffs to extend, right? So, pretty much the same. Everything's the same. I'm also going to save. No, I can cleanse here. I'm pretty sure I get 2 more turns with Mithrala before Poison Cloud, or before the poisons land. So, we'll do this. Everything's the exact same as we just did it. The only difference is I will extend the buffs here. So, for everyone that still had speed on them, that gets extended. And then we got to make sure we get the provoke. There we go. I don't worry too much about affinity when it you know, like, is it ideal? No. But at the end of the day, what else am I gonna do, you know? Yeah, maybe Sun Wukong, but I don't think Sun Wukong's gonna be able to do what that would have to completely change my team. But yeah, as you can see, my Razzlebarg can smack. I know it's only normal, and I know those weren't, like, huge hits relative to what other champions can do, but he can definitely dish it out, and I'm really happy about that. We should get this head down. I know it's under protection, but there we go. I actually love... That was a 200k hit, by the way, on the decapitated head by Razzlebarg. I do love that Razzlebarg gives increased speed while also doing damage. I'm sure other champions do that, but I just love... Okay, so we have the provoke. So now we can also get intercept and shields out there, which is really good. So, for those of you just joining us, I do want to let you know my Razzlebarg is built for damage because I'm going to have the leech debuff will be brought by a different champion later. So, I built him with that in mind. So, you may not see him landing. As you can see, he does land the AoE leech even at this because of the difficulty lower resistances, but still, just want to be clear about that. Okay, interesting. Just take a set out? Yeah, we should take a set out. There we go. Actually, that is the only one I can think of off the top of my head that does, besides the rabbit. Does what? Oh, does damage and give speed? Yeah. It's one of those nice to haves. I don't know that it's, you know, a huge deal, but it's really nice to have just a little bit of extra damage. Because it can add up over time pretty quickly. Trying to think of which head is better to hit here. We don't have decreased defense on either head. We have weaken on both heads. This one has leech. We'll go with the leech. Definitely want to keep intercept on Mithrala. Yeah, we want to keep intercept up. Take off maybe some of those fears. Not enough of them. I don't think I need the well, there's no poison head out, so I'll put the shield back up. Because his head's about to pop anyways. Go. And boom. Glad to have the shield out. Ugh, I hate having that ally protect. I'm really feeling that Ugo call now too, by the way. I don't know, I still think we can do this. Yeah, let's go. Alright. No head to provoke. Let's extend these buffs. I know we don't have a lot of buffs to extend, but let's extend them. That's going to get us some... There we go. Everything's looking back to normal now. So I don't know how I'm going to run this team. I'm going to have to rebuild my Razzlepark, I think. I don't know how I run this team with Razzlepark in this gear. Without a reviver. Like, I've built him far too squishy. He smacks, which is good, but he's far, far too squishy. And can easily get one shot like that. That's the only reason I bring Godseeker. Just to revive and buff extension, of course, but I'll do a little baby heal here. Don't know how close we are to Mithrala's cleanse, but we really could use it. Alright, Provoke is technically still up, so let's extend these buffs. Alright, that's actually fine. It's not ideal, but we're fine. Like, we're not gonna lose off of that. We've got Godseeker ready to revive here. And that's going to refresh the cooldowns. Let's put a shield out. I'll put intercept on him just in case. Let's get a cleanse with a shield. I probably should have provoked. I did forget again about that. That's fine. We'll definitely take this head out. We're also going to do more damage to that head than we would any other head with Newt, so... Alright, this time I remember the provoke. Yeah, it's difficult to remember because he does so much, and you want to use everything he brings too. You know, you don't want to like sleep on something else that he brings. It's like, oh, I really need a big shield right now. Let me use Wixwell. And then you use them, and you're like, and then all their buffs debuffs get wiped, and you're like, no, wait, that's not what I meant. All right, we need the cleanse and heal there. I don't know how close we are to... Oh, good. Perfect. We need that too. Take off those provokes. That's... Honestly, we shouldn't really be hitting that head. Alright, provoke is up. Because there might be a mischief head coming out, I'm going to put it back on. Mithrala. We should be hitting this head because that head was the head of what is it, suffering, and so he's got huge defense. So even when dead, we do less damage to that head, unless it's enemy max HP. We need to provoke. So we should definitely be targeting this head whenever possible while it's dead, because it has the lowest defense. Alright, we need to provoke. No hyper. I really only summon during 2Xs or during a fusion. So I'm thinking about making another free-to-play. A short-term free-to-play that focuses on Ninja and what Ninja can do for new players. I would just take it to like level 50. No, I haven't even got my Ninja yet. I'm not getting my Ninja until... I'm waiting to pull my Ninja until there's a benefit to me. Look, the important thing to understand is on both accounts right now, Ninja doesn't do anything for me. Look, he's like, I know that sounds crazy. He does stuff. He would be very, very good anywhere I want to use him. That's not what I'm trying to say. He's an amazing champion. But I don't need him right now. And I think there's an important distinction between wanting and needing when it comes to Raid Shadow Legends, because a lot of people want every champion in the game, but do you need every champion in the game, right? And so this is where people get mixed up and confused, and they build, 30 level 50 champions instead of building one champion at a time, like the best champion you have on your roster that does X, Y, and Z, And that's why I really want to also talk about, Ninja's one of the best free-to-play starting champions I can think of, to be honest. And what's crazy, too, is if you use him on a free-to-play as a starter champion, he probably stays on your roster until the end of time. But on an account established like this one, I find it difficult to find a place for Ninja. Right away, I should say. You could. So I'm a little torn on that. That's a debate, right? Do I still level up a Kale first? And honestly, I think the conventional wisdom says yes, but it's tricky. it's not as black and white as it may seem. So for me, it comes down to resources and it comes down to missions, right? Because you're going to have missions related to rares. You're going to have missions related to different things in the game. 6-starring different champions based on affinity and using certain types of tomes and books and everything. And Ninja will already be 50 and can already be effective at 50 to start the early game. Right? But Kale is not effective at 50. Is really only barely effective at 60 and kind of falls off pretty quickly. So if you want to get the power out of your roster as a whole, I feel like delaying on Ninja is better for the account as a whole. Imagine having, so you can have a 60 Ninja and a 40 Kale, or you can have a 60 Kale and a 50 Ninja. Like you guys understand that logic a little bit? Because Ninja's great, but he's not a solo champion. He does need support. But then you can also make the argument, okay, well, what if you just don't go any rares at all? Which I feel like is very possible in today's Raid Shadow Legends. And again, I don't know the answer. That's the biggest kicker here is I do not know the answer. I don't know what's best. I'm just theory crafting. No, he doesn't need someone like Mytha. He needs, I mean, there's way more supports. Any support. I mean, he could use Ugo. Ugo Ninja will carry you through the majority of this game. Plain and simple. It's something I want to experiment with and learn about, right? Fusion said, I agree, the fact that blues are just so pointless these days. And I kind of agree with you. I really do. Like, there was a time where every single account ran an apothecary. I regret building apothecary on this free-to-play. I regret building a frozen banshee on this free-to-play. There's so many, because the power scaling, especially with Epic Ascension now, the power scaling has skewed in such a way. And I'm not complaining about it. I think it's great. I think it's awesome that I don't need to count on rares anymore on even as a free. So, look, here's the thing. You get epics at such a fast rate in this game now. And, because, like, let me make sure. So you said not all blues are that useless. Look, I'm not saying that all blues are useless, but what I'm saying is that with epic empowerment now, certain epics become more viable than their rare counterparts. Oftentimes, it was easier to level, book, and build an apothecary than it was to do high Katoon. Now, I don't think either of them are worth building, to be honest, in today's meta. But if you do need a speed champion, you can get a high Katoon and then eventually +4 that high Katoon, and it scales better long term than an apothecary would, right? And then even Coldheart. Coldheart has her uses, but you're starting with a ninja. You're starting with a boss killer. Yeah. Yeah, the +4 of epics now really impacts the scaling of champions in this game. Especially epics who can't do it. Let alone, like, old school, highly regarded uncommons, right? You're talking, like, yeah, uncommons. Like, Armiger. I don't think Armiger used to be, like, my 3rd or 4th 60 on every account that I would do. And I don't think I would build an Armiger at all. I can't say I wouldn't build one at all. That's hard for me to commit to, because you do have a need for crowd control. So I will admit that there is a bit of a need, or you need turn meter control for certain bosses, but there are a lot of epics out there, and they're just so easy to get these days, because you get so many ancients now. I feel like a big reason people don't agree with this sentiment is probably because they pull shards willy-nilly instead of saving for 2x's. But if you save for 2x's, you're getting a lot of epics, and you're getting usually pretty decent epics, especially the fact that you can +4 them. And I think because Ninja is so good everywhere, you can get away with a weaker account now. Like, you can get away with a weaker all-around account because you have a great, you know, like with Kale, you have an average PvP nuker. He's not great, right? You have an average boss killer with poisons, right? Average wave clear with his nuke, but with Ninja, you've got everything that you need at the beginning of the game. You've got wave clear, you've got crowd control, even you've got this with freezing, right? You've got boss killing. It's just interesting. These are all theories, and I'm curious if I was to dive into it, how it would look. And I also think it'll be good for my channel. Like, it'll bring a lot of new eyeballs to the channel. But here's the problem that I foresee, is where do I stop? Like, where do I say enough is enough? And what does that mean for my other accounts, too? Like, trying to find the right words. This account isn't gaining speed as much as it once was. And obviously, there's a big reason for that. It is a free-to-play account, but it has leveled up. I mean, this is far beyond what most free-to-play accounts will have at this stage in time. And I also stand by the fact that the reason this account is so powerful is because I did the right things. I made the right decisions, right? I pulled shards at the right times. And I think that's an important distinction, but I have no way of proving that because you get Newt that early, you get Geomancer that early. How can you say, you know, what was the... I don't know that I could do Road to Hydra account. That's a great idea. I would probably do level 50 as my cutoff point. I don't think Road to Hydra is fair because Hydra takes a long time to get to. Like, keep in mind, this account really... Granted, I have Mithrala, but this account only recently was able to do this much damage in Hydra. And we have an all-legendary team as well. I mean, other than Ugo. But honestly, Ugo's a legendary in disguise. I keep saying I want them to make a legendary version of Ugo. And they keep making legendary versions of Ugo that aren't as good as Ugo. Like, they just keep doing it. Like, Packmaster's okay. But the problem is, if I bring Packmaster, I have to bring a different decreased defense guy. And I don't think there are that many great, that I have, I should say, decreased defense champions for Hydra. Really, really makes me want to get Lydia a lot more. The introduction of the Packmaster. Alright, we hit our minimum. That's what we were looking for. So now we're just going to keep on going, but... Yeah, you need to re-gear your Ugo. What are you looking to do? You looking to do Relentless or something? Or maybe Reflex? Alright, we need to provoke. I wish the scale of this wasn't so dramatic. Like, oh, all you need is 35 million, right? That's all you need, just a little 35 million, and you can get a chest. Oh, but the next chest is, like, triple that. Like, what? Why would you jump from 35 million to 140 million? That is ridiculous. That's quadruple it, isn't it? Yeah, that's more than... Wait, what? No. 4, 8, 12. Yeah, so it's like 3.5 times or something like that. It's just ridiculous. Like, I feel like there should be a better progression there, right? Like, okay, cool. I hit 35 million. I'm going to keep at it. I'm going to try and push this just a little bit further. Because even if I hit the same 30 million on hard, that's only 60 million points. So it's not even easy to do it from that point of view. I get why they did it, though. I do get why they did it. And they did it because Hydra wasn't getting played. Like, people would do Hydra, they would hit their 6.6 million on normal or whatever difficulty they were doing, and then stop and say, cool, done, sweet. There was no race for, like, there was a race amongst the high-end players to hit the new high score of Hydra. You know, that's why we saw the corpulent cadaver teams and things like that. But the only reason the Trunda team really became such a thing is because of Hydra Clash. Hyper, what are you talking about? Why do I only get... I don't understand the question. So, Hydra Clash, if I do 35 million damage and my team gets first, second, or third place, I will get the rewards in this chest. I still also get the normal chest for 6.6 million. No, I can't. That's what I'm saying. No. Yes, I can do more than 35 million, but I can't do 140 million. Not on my free-to-play. That's my point. My point is that the gap between 35 million and 140 million. That means I have to do 100 more damage, 100 million more damage than what I did in a half an hour. You know what I'm saying? So first of all, you're talking about a 2-hour Hydra. Second of all, I can't do 140 millions even if I hit 1,500 turns, which won't happen. Third of all, they're going to start eating my champions faster than I can free them. So, yeah, no, it's just not possible is what I'm saying. Clash points scale only if I do it on difficulties that give me the extra points. The double. So if hard is double. So hard is double points, brutal is triple points, and nightmare is quadruple points. On my main account, I'm hitting 1 billion. Yeah, the 140 million is nothing. But I'm not doing... I can't do hard yet because Razzlebark's too squishy. And even if I did hard and I did 40 million, that's still only 80 million points. You see what I'm saying? Like you'd think, okay, someone that can hit normal and do 35 million, right? That's the bar. That's the starting point for Hydra Clash. But then they say, okay, cool, but you need to be able to do brutal or 140 million on hard. I can't do 140 million on hard on my main account with my second or third team. I don't... Well, maybe I... Oh, no, I definitely could with my third team. My third team's the Trunda team. I can do 130 million with that team on normal. I can do... Well, I do like 300. Actually, I don't know what I do on that anymore. I haven't checked it in a minute. I haven't been running it recently. We've been losing Hydra Clash, and I haven't been caring. The Yannicka strat? No, I have not considered using the Yannicka strat. I'm familiar with it, I just haven't tried it. I'm just not interested in it. The reason I'm not doing the Yannicka strat is because so the free-to-play's got limited resources, right? So let's say that they do nerf Hydra like they've been saying they're going to do. Like, they basically said, hey, nerfing Hydra is on our radar. It's going to happen. We're going to be changing... Sorry, I say nerfing Hydra, but nerfing the points and damage that you can do to Hydra. Like, I don't know how they're going to do it or what they're going to do, but they said it's on their radar. So if that is the case, I don't want to put a large investment into champions specifically for getting a big score on Hydra, only for them to turn around and say, oh yeah, no, we're not, or that team doesn't work anymore because of the nerf, because of the changes, right? That's all. It just doesn't... That's the same reason why I stopped investing in my Trunda team as well on my main account. So, like, I've put time and energy into that team. My Trunda on my main account... I know you guys are about to go to ad, but if we go to Trunda on my main account, fully ascended, right? 7,000 attack, 300% crit damage. Like, she can smack. Also, a 5-star blessing on Trunda. Would love to have a 6-star blessing. Would be even better, but I've got a 5-star blessing for now. So, this Trunda absolutely smacks. And you can see I've re-rolled a lot of her gear to be exactly what I need, right? You see attack, crit damage where I need it, attack where I need it. These are the only 2 pieces that haven't successfully re-rolled. So I am, like, I was building her very, very heavily for Hydra. But because they're going to make changes at some point, it doesn't feel necessary for me to continue putting all my eggs in one basket that is going to go away. Yeah, that's the other thing too. As far as the Yannicka team is it is quite difficult because exactly like Nick is saying. I mean, one mistake and they steal the shield early and there goes my damage. It also just doesn't feel fun, if that makes sense. Like, this is fun for me. I actually really enjoy Hydra. Like, this is something I can sit down and do for 2 hours and enjoy because there's strategy, there's gameplay, there's a direct benefit to my account on a large scale. The getting the accessories for stone skin and protection are so valuable to any account. Any account. And I'll show you why here in just a second about what it's been able to do for me on this account. Well, I'll have to finish Hydra before I can show you, I guess. But it is so, like, the amount of power you can get from those accessories is huge, because that enables a lot of different things. For example, I was rebuilding my Sun Wukong on my main account last night, and I was upset because I didn't have Slayer accessories, which I really could have used at the time. But being able to put, like, one piece of stone skin in the top 6 pieces, and then grabbing 1 or 3 stone skin accessories, you now have a 1-piece stone skin with savage gear or with lethal gear or whatever. Everything except for merciless. You can do a 1 set of stone skin. Yeah, the accessories are very, very, very big right now. Very important. That's why hitting this 35 million mark was such an asset for the account. Alright, nothing to provoke. We need to keep her from getting feared again, because that cleanse would have helped us. Where this head... Oh, wait, we can hit this head. I'm not worried about it blowing up. Or even protection. Like, my Armand's is as fast as he is. Wait, is it this account or my main account that my Armand's is super fast because of protection? Yeah, it's my free-to-play account. I have Armand's in protection, and I'm able to get him to the speeds I need him to get to because of one protection accessory. Because protection is a speed set, but a speed set is only so as good as the speed rolls on it. So if you have a bunch of bad speed rolls on your speed gear, well, it ain't very speedy, right? So, but I had really good speed rolls on some protection pieces, and then you finish that off with a protection accessory. So now you have 2 speed sets and a protection set doing the same thing that a speed set does, while also giving me, what, 5% more HP and 20 resistance or whatever. So thinking bigger, thinking wider sometimes. But yeah, this team's great. This is so much better, too. I know that I'm bad affinities on Ugo, but I'm good affinities for everybody else, and that's really satisfying. I've also gotten really, really lucky with heads, and haven't had a lot of shenanigans going on. So, you don't want to do a full protection set, I think, on Arbiter. I don't think you want to do that. I think you do lose speed there. But if you don't have enough to completely build... Okay. Let me do a cleanse here. Oh, no, we're not. Give me a second while this guy is eating. I want to... Who can be a substitute for Mithrala in this team? Archer? I mean, that's... No, not even that. The truth be told, there's no substitute for Mithrala with this type of team. Because of what she brings. So, Mithrala brings a 3-turn cleanse and brings Hex. Now, oh, you know what? You know what would be a replacement? Bambus. Bambus 4-leaf would be a replacement. But he has to be in the right set. So Bambus... Is it here? It's less consistent too, but has a 50% of transferring any debuffs placed on an ally to this champion while he's sleeping. Won't transfer the hard CC effects. And then he removes any sleep debuffs and then transfers these to the enemy with the highest resistance. And it can't be resisted. But this is like a mini cleanse, right? But he does AoE hits if you have enough debuffs out there on 2 of his abilities. So you could put him in a Hex set. So he could cleanse and place Hex, which is the big kicker. Sorry, I need to do this real quick for my camera. But I still don't even think that he could do it. I think you need 2 champions to do what Mithrala does. You need a 3-turn cleanser and you need a Hex. Well, technically her shields are redundant on this team because I have Wixwell. However, she does bring shields when Wixwell has to provoke and can't use his abilities. Which is really funny to say. This is why everybody should get Mithrala. I know that Hydra's hard, but 6.6 million isn't that hard to hit. And, or shit, not even 6.6 million. Like, even if you just hit 1 million. This is how I did it. Like, this is how it happened on my free-to-play. I went into Hydra. I hit 1.68 million. I got my fragments. Granted, I'm in a clan that kills Hydra every week, so I get 2 chests every week. So I'm giving myself quite the advantage. But Mithrala is just that good. Alright, I'm tired of fears. Oh, I should have hit this head. You could argue I could put the bunny in... Actually, a protection set on the bunny would be pretty good, too. I should consider that. But I could put the bunny in Hex. Glad I looked. I almost did it again. Yeah, if I could put the bunny in Hex, then I could potentially replace. No, I mean, if I put the bunny in Hex, then I could replace Mithrala with like any 3-turn cleanser at that point. Like you could do Reliquary Tender. Mithrala is also a pseudo mischief tank as well. The only reason she's not completely a mischief tank is because she's built a little faster than some of my other champions are. So you'll see, like, she has only 5 stacks. Godseeker's got 6 stacks right now. So if the mischief head was out, Godseeker would be the target. Or Ugo would be the target. Or Wixwell. Like, everybody had more buffs. Now she's caught up and has 7, but it's just inconsistent because of the speeds, and I'm not tuning this or anything like that, so. We're getting lucky with heads. Like, we're getting a lot more damage than I would expect. And it's because we're getting very, very lucky with heads that are out. Provoke. Provoke. Learn from that mistake, yeah. This is only normal, Assassins. This is only normal. This is my free-to-play account. I've only recently started progressing on Hydra. I farmed for quite a while on normal, just barely getting the 6.6 million, trying to get Hydra fragments or Mithrala fragments and such. But now I've got Mithrala, and I've now also built a dedicated Hydra team for the first time on the account. I am one champion short of my final team, which is Yao. I forget her name off the top of my head. Nope. Gwendolyn. Yeah. The problem is that if I do Gwendolyn, I'm going to have to nerf the damage of my Razzlevarg a little bit. Because I'll have to make my Razzlevarg more tanky. He's just far too squishy in his current build. Which is also why I can't do hard. Obviously, if you could do 60 million on normal, you could probably do hard. And you know, even if I can get 40 million, that's still 80 million in points. So I can definitely do better points-wise. I didn't realize I could do 60 million, if I'm being completely honest, with this team. Masteries make a big difference. I just got all the masteries on Ugo, so that's why I'm able to do a lot more than what I did last week. So you gotta understand, Bambus is not going to be as good as Mithrala, but he has AoE hits on 2 out of 3 abilities and a pseudo cleanse, but it's only a 50%. So it's a stretch to say that Bambus is going to be the secret sauce, but he can half do one thing she does very well, and I guess half do the other thing because you're basing it on a set and not on an ability that's guaranteed. So I don't want you to go, like, level up your Bambus and then be like, this guy sucks. Roadblock's an idiot. It's like, well, first of all, I am. But second of all, grain of salt, right? For me, on my main account, I have 2 different champions that do what Mithrala does. So I have Archer Queen, who is my Hexer. And then I have, well, I use 2 cleansers on that account. So I use Ancora. Ancora would work, but you just don't get the Hex. You get the cleanse, but not the Hex. And then I have Padrig as well. So I use Ancora and Padrig on my main team. And that's 2 cleanses. And then I have Archer Queen that brings my Hex. Hakorn, does he have a bunch of AoE hits? I don't know. I don't know. I was trying to think of a cleanser that has AoE damage and a 3-turn cleanse. That's what I was trying to think of. This is a really great head combination. Like, well, other than Mischief. That's right. He has that hit with the shield and then the 3-turn cleanse. Yeah. I looked up his abilities the other day on an account takeover, and I was telling somebody, "Hey, this is your guy. You need to build this guy because you don't have a cleanser and a healer." You pray for yeah. No, that was my old strategy in Hydra was using Shamael, and whenever the Head of Torment would come out, I would just target it in order to... and then I had my leader was a speed booster. So whenever this head comes out, Shamail would speed up the speed booster, and that speed booster would boost my whole team. Now, Razelvarg does not have any turn meter. He only has increased speed. So it wouldn't work with this combination. But that is a strategy that I used for a very, very long time. But I have evolved now to the point where I just ignore the fears. I'll show you guys my main team in a second. Because we'll probably fail this pretty soon. I'm not going to lie. The fact that I even got halfway to that 140 damage mark really makes me look like an asshole. Like, I was sitting here complaining that, like, 140 million, I can't do 140 million. And then I casually get halfway there. Just chit-chatting with y'all. Yeah, I'm getting very lucky, though. I will admit. Hopefully I'll have time to show you my main account. I probably should have cleansed there, but I'm not worried about those fears, if I'm honest. Getting masteries on Ugo really helped quite a bit. Yeah, we'll cleanse here. Yay! That actually worked out really well for me. Because I cleansed when I did, I will have a hex for this head now that it came back out. So that was not intentional. I just got lucky, but I got lucky in a good way. I don't want to rebuild my Razelvarg. He hits so hard, and I love it. Don't get me wrong. He could, like, there are harder hitting Razelvargs out there. Like, my guy is not built great, but he hits so hard. For my account and my purposes, he hits really, really hard. Okay, this will clear. We don't need provoke, so this will kill the, or almost kill. Now this will kill. There we go. No more fears. I love just having a team where I don't look forward to that head, but I'm not afraid of it anymore. It's so interesting that you get to a point when you progress Hydra, like on my main account, where I just said F it, and I just don't bring Shamail. I don't bring anything to mitigate it other than just cleanses. And like, oh, shit gets canceled, whatever. Although Ancora can mitigate it a little bit. And she does. My Acrizia never gets feared, and I love it. Look at those hits. Just imagine if I had a proper gear and proper build on him. Okay, so this is the part where we fail. Because I don't have Hex right now. Good news is I have a lot of big AoE hits. And I might be able to get Hex out. Good, perfect. Got Hex out. No, I didn't. Resisted! Resisted? You resisted a Mithrala? I just got 3%ed or whatever that percent. What is it? Is it 3% or 6% that outright resistance? I can't remember what it is. And I always forget. Whenever I say it, I feel like a jackass. 3, yeah. I just got 3%ed there, and I'm mad about it. For those of you that don't know, that don't do Hydra or don't experience that 3%, there is a 3% chance in the game that a character will be able to resist something regardless of the accuracy and resistance of the champions. Definitely going for prisms, and it is entirely possible that a couple of, even though I'm not in the best financial situation, it's entirely possible that a couple of dollars gets spent on some of these crystals. On the main account. On the main account. No. This account is still free to play. 100% free to play. But Teox is really good. And I don't think I'm the only person that's going to do that. I think the community of spenders are going to do... I'm not going to do another massive amount of money like I did for Archer Queen, but I will spend a couple bucks. I'm not against that. Oh yeah, Newt is a big part of the success of this team, but honestly, Newt is less effective here than he would be on other stages. So Newt is actually better on the higher stages where the bosses have more HP. I bet you, I would not be surprised. This is going to be really crazy to say. I would not be surprised if Razzlevarg does more damage than Newt on this team. I don't need the shield. He's going to die before he blows up. Yeah, see? Called it. I mean, we won't be able to find out until the end of the run, but this is nuts. I mean, I'm just really lucky this affinity. I cannot imagine that Masteries made that much difference on Ugo to take what was barely a 40 million run and turn it into this monstrosity of a run. What a beautiful sight. I barely got to enjoy it. I couldn't even screenshot it. I didn't even get a chance to screenshot it, you bastard. YOLOing the prism. Well, good. Hey, wait, how'd you already get the prism? It's been live for like a couple hours. I wish you luck, though. I truly do. I would love to hear what you get. Not gonna lie, I kind of want this to end pretty soon. Okay. Let's see what we're looking at here. Definitely a cleanse here. And every single head is protected right now. Lovely. I probably hit here. Well, no, because this is protected. I mean, he's got damage reduction, and he's the hardest. He has the most, like, resistance to damage. There's really no good target for me to swing at right now, so we're just kind of waiting until I lose. Because, like, this will be weak hits, but these are going to be even weaker than a weak hit, I bet. I can hit this head now. I have to be careful. I don't want him to stack up too quickly before I have time to recover, but... Okay. That did really little damage. You know what's crazy is I don't even have Giant Slayer yet on Rabbit. This needs to be the target now. I don't want to throw away such a high score, but it's possible this team could do hard as long as I keep Godseeker in the team. The problem is Godseeker was supposed to get removed when the Owl is ready. When Gwendolyn is ready. But I don't know that I can afford to remove Godseeker. You know what, though? Gwendolyn brings so much damage. I think if I build the Rabbit a little more tanky, Gwendolyn will make up for the damage loss as a whole. So that's probably what I'll have to do. I think I can kill this head. Let's kill the fears. Instantly cleanses all the fears off of me right there. How is this run still going? Well, Hyper, or whoever it was, I don't remember who it was, that was like, can't you do more? It's like, yeah, okay, apparently I can do more. We've got to be getting... I don't... Man, are we that fast? Is it... I mean, if I can get the turn limit, great. What's up, Corrupt? How you doing? Like, I'd be thrilled to get the turn limit, but... I don't even think if I get the turn limit, I can hit 140 million, though. That's the kicker, right? But this makes me wonder if this team could function on hard. The reason I don't think it can function on hard, or why I didn't think it could function on hard, is because of how squishy Razzlebark is. But the reality is, if you're bringing a Godseeker in Neri, it doesn't really matter, because I just keep reviving him. And everybody's just so... much stronger now. I don't know what the difference is. Last week, like, it took me like 3 runs to hit the 35 million that I got. I think I ended up with 45 million to be technical, but... And now here I am... putting up almost 100 million points. The only thing that changed is that Ugo has masteries now. I will say Razzlebark probably doesn't land his leech because he's built for damage. Razzlebark probably doesn't land his leech on a Hydra hard. And he does sometimes land it here. So that could be why we're a little more survivable. Okay. I'll show you everything. I'll show you guys the build. I'll show you the layout. It could be the rotation as well. That I did consider that. It could be that I'm just getting a much better affinity to somebody. But honestly, I have a harder time because I have a worse affinity for my Ugo. I'm not getting the provoke head a lot. That could be a lot to do with it, right? Because when that provoke head comes out, my Wixwell doesn't get to do Wixwell things. He's just a provoker. Difficult to say. Hello, Kevin. Hello, chat. The rotation changed. Maybe. Oh, yeah, we already said that. You're only saying because of your intro. Yes, my name is Kevin. So that comes from we were playing Apex Legends with my friend that did that voice line. And if you've played Apex Legends, there's a gun called the Wingman, which used to be really good. I don't know if it's still meta or not. I haven't played Apex in a long time, but there was a guy not looking at me. And I go to shoot, like if this is the head, and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and my friend was dead. And in that's how he sounds. That's his voice. And he goes, "Shoot him, Kev." I was like, "Fuck you, man. I don't give a shit." Oh crap, I'm gonna get demonetized. But I was like, "Shut up, dude. Like, I don't care. like you're not helping." And it was just so funny, and it became a gag in our friend group. So anytime we would play, if I missed a shot or they missed a shot, even if their name's not Kevin, right? But they would miss a shot, and I'd be like, "Shoot him, Kevin," like giving him a hard time. Like, you can talk all this smack. Why can't you shoot people, huh? Anyways, that's where that came from. And when I was coming up with an intro, I wanted to come up with something that was just original to me and my story, and because I used to stream it to nobody back then, and so he was gracious enough to get in Discord with me, and I recorded him saying it, and then made it part of my intro. So finally, I'm starting to push Arena, 53 mil player power, and I've never pushed Arena ever since I maxed Great Hall. No tune, you just build him fast with accuracy and survivable. Alex, I've wondered the same thing since I started watching him. Knowing the backstory just made your intro so much better. Yeah. No, I gotta find... I don't want to put his picture out there. I don't want to put his name out there or anything. I wonder... Sometimes they're on Discord during the day. Let me look and see. Let me see what he's up to. Let's see if I can find him. I'm in streamer mode right now, so I can't see their names. All right. I don't think they really know how successful my... Okay, so I feel weird saying that, right? So at the time, my friend Ian was streaming Apex, and Mabry didn't stream. But at the time, we were both, me and Ian were streaming to 0 people. Like, so I was going to say, I don't know that they know how successful relative to that, relative to streaming to no people. I mean, I'm not saying I'm streaming to 15 people right now. I'm not saying I'm, you know, anybody big, but it is a big gap between one and by the way, and like 15 respectfully, but strangers. There was a time where I would stream to 20 people and it was all real life friends that I begged and begged and begged to come watch my channel because I had this delusion in my head that if I had 20 people show up, that 20 would turn into 300. I'm not kidding. I was like, yeah, if I get 20 people, they're going to think I'm a real streamer, and then I'm going to get a whole bunch of strangers to show up. But no, I would beg and beg and beg all my friends to come watch me stream video games. And they would show up, all due respect to them, love them for it. The next day, wouldn't beg anybody, stream to 0 viewers. Every time. And the problem is back then, when you're streaming games like that, right? You're streaming shooters and you're streaming games that are fun to play, but I don't know that I don't know. I didn't enjoy the content I was making. I'll put it that way. I enjoy the content that I make for Raid Shadow Legends. I think it's informative. I think it's important for people that want to play this game, whether it's free to play or pay to win. The strategies are still the same. I don't know what you guys did to make all those hearts and things pop up just now, but thank you. I streamed on Twitch forever. I don't know anything about YouTube's stuff, to be completely honest. Which is so annoying because I've been trying to come up with ideas. So I do. That's why I got Packmaster. So I got Packmaster because he has the taunt and he has block buffs. The problem is right now, the roster that I have on my account in general, I only have 2 good decreased defense champions, Ugo and Deacon. And unfortunately, I don't think it would be wise of me to stack Packmaster and Ugo together. So I don't know how I fit him in on my main team. I think he's going to be on my backup, my second team. Okay, we got to provoke out now, finally. I say finally, that's not a good thing, but we have it out now. But what I was saying is, because I was on Twitch for so long, my brain jumbles things up sometimes. So, for example, I need the stream to start making money now. And I was like, what if I did a month where we just try and, you know, get a bunch of subs or whatever? And I was like, ooh, September sounds good. It's just a couple of months away. You know, I could try to work to build my channel or whatever. And then I remembered, like, oh, they're not called subs. They're called members. That's right. How do I... Memtember? Like, that doesn't sound good. Nobody is good to hit here, but we'll go here. Actually, that wasn't that bad. I was really hoping my finances would last me long enough that we could get to our next location. So my wife's active duty military, and we're gonna be getting orders here pretty soon. Her time at our current location is running out. So, oh, provoke, Kevin, provoke. So my hope was that I could squeeze this in. Like if we're going to leave in November, right? I don't know that. We don't know. But if I was going to leave in November, it doesn't make sense for me to get a job, a real job, between now and November, right? Like I'm only going to be working there for a couple of months, not really building any relationships or, you know, development or anything. And I can go back to work at my old jobs, no problem. They love me. Both. I've got 2 different places I worked at here. Either one of them would take me back in a heartbeat. I already know that. They've told me so. But I don't want to. I want to keep streaming, but the stream just isn't making money. And even if the stream did make money, I won't see that money for a year, because what I'm doing is any money I do make, because I do make a little bit, I'm putting in savings. And because of the way taxes work with this, taxes don't get taken out right away. So I'm just keeping the money. I'm going to save it up for a year, then pay taxes, use it to pay the taxes on it, and then put it in my checking account. So I wouldn't really see the money for a year. So I think I just need to find a job to, you know, and just keep slowly building. But the problem with finding a job is I can't stream every day. And I feel like streaming every day has been doing more for my channel than even content has been. So I know I'm getting so close to the 140 million chest that I may have to do a friggin' second run and hope I can get a decent turnout. I look like an asshole, by the way, because whoever said like that I could do more than 35 million, and I looked at them and I was like, I can't do 140 million. What are you talking about? It just goes to show that I don't know why you guys watch me. I'm terrible. We'll kill this. I'm realizing now that's a big part of it. That head not being out there is a very, very big part of it. Look at how few buffs I have now compared to the number of buffs I was having earlier when I didn't have to provoke that head and I could keep this buff up longer. Obviously, I wasn't keeping it up all the time, but my buffs were getting extended. I've got 2 extenders. I've got Godseeker and Wixwell. Oh my god! I've never seen that on the free-to-play before. This is nuts. I may not have enough time. I have 7 minutes. I may not have enough. We're going to finish the run, and I will show you the builds on the champions, because I can't tease you guys like that. But I am going to have heads. Heads are going to start getting, characters are going to start getting eaten faster than I can free them. So I still don't think I hit 140 million, but I certainly didn't expect to hit this high. Okay, provoke champions back out. Let's remember that. Let's remember that when Wixwell takes his turn. Man. Ugo can smack with some War Master, dude. Provoke. Oh, provoke is up. Let's go. Okay. Big shield. And we still have the cleanse. Yeah, I want to see the damage from everybody. I may have to download this. I may have to get a clip of this in a recording, because I'm not recording. I guess I could start. Let me start recording. No, it's not. Not worth it, I don't think. Okay. Hit here. We need to provoke. Yikes. Okay. Gotta hit there. Damn. The timing, he was just a little too... I think I may have forgot to provoke. But I'm going to do it anyways. We don't want that shield coming out right now. We're okay. We'll get all our buffs back. It's fine. A little slip up there at a very bad time. But we got lucky with the heads. We don't have to worry about Head of Mischief right now. And there we go. So we're right back in it. We're right back in the mix. Just like that. Those provokes are a problem. There's 120. No, not 150 mil. No, people are going to start getting eaten way too fast. All right, let's kill the head. I mean, more dead head means more, more damage. We need to provoke. I will say, if Razzlevarg had Giant Slayer, we'd probably, and more masteries, we'd be doing way more damage, I think. Provoke. All right. Provoke is up. Let's get the shield out. That's a little bit of a problem, to be honest, because I don't think I have my block buffs cooldown right now. Yeah, I don't have it for 2 more turns. I need extra turns off of Ugo. Or else they're all going to be under Poison Cloud, and then it won't matter what I do. I couldn't tell what that was. All right, we got to provoke here. Oh, Black Buffs was still up. Dumb me. Okay. All right. Okay. That might kill a head or two, honestly. This is going to kill a head for sure. Provoke just to be safe. I know the head's about to die. And I do want to shield so that Razzlevarg doesn't get clipped by something. I mean, Newt's about to do another 1,000,000 damage in just a second. Only 300,000 apparently. That's what I'm talking about, guys, with Newt. Like, because it's enemy max HP, it's like I did 180k there. I don't know what his single target hit would be here, but he can only do so much damage. But there's no cap on Razzlevarg. Razzlevarg can do as much as he can do. Yeah, see, like Razzlevarg, his A1 hit more than Newt's A3. Nothing wrong with that. It's just that's why it's so good to have non-enemy max HP champions. Why is Acrizia considered so good? Well, everything is enemy max HP and an AoE hit. Also, Acrizia's damage scales way higher in the higher difficulties where they have higher defense. She's just easier. Razzlevarg would hit for less on Nightmare, where Acrizia would hit for more. Okay. Now it's getting a little dangerous. Very, very excited about that free up there. This is the only head we can kind of hit right now. Yes, Oboro indeed would be nice. So would Rathalos even, probably, but Newt's just easier and safer because of the defense-based nature of his kit. So even though this has less health, it's going to take longer to kill. We want to kill, this is a squishier head, so we want to kill this head. I need a cleanse, and I need a cleanse fast. That's actually fine. A little late, but we're able to do enough damage here. I'm going to attack here. I kind of want to put another shield out, but we need the attack. There we go. Okay. We're almost at 130 million. Oh, you know who would be really good here instead of Newt? Ninja. Ninja would be really good too. I have Oboro on this account, by the way. I haven't built her. Not even on my radar to be built, if I'm being honest. I'm not saying I'm right about that, by the way. I could be wrong. Yeah, enemy max... Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Enemy max HP champions are best on Brutal Nightmare, and normal damage dealers are better for normal and hard. You're exactly right. That's what I was trying to say earlier. A mythical fusion? Where do you have resources to this? Do you have something that you can Where'd they post this? I'm not seeing anything about it on Reddit yet. Scratch posted a video. The amount of resources they're going to ask for a mythical fusion are going to be high. And I'm not in a place. I mean, I think I'm in a good place. I don't think I'm in a place for a mythical. We're at 131, dude. I should have recorded. This could be a thumbnail. What do I need? 140 even? And I think we're going to do good in this Clan v Clan. I haven't put up my billion yet. Or Clan v Clan. Hydra Clash. This is what I want. Okay. Oh, this is going to be a big hit. Is that, do you guys know, is that something that's coded in the game? I notice whenever I wipe all 4 heads, 2 always come back. And I feel like their turn meters didn't equate to that. Instead of just 1 coming back and then me getting turns and another coming back, they always 2 come back at the same time. I feel like that's coded into the engine, right? Yes, it is. Okay, cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh. I mean, as long as these heads don't come back, we should be fine. Okay, this is the head to hit with Newt. So, I always look, this is the, it's a dead head of suffering. He has a higher HP. So you want to target that one with Newt if you can. 2 always spawn at the same time. But that's only if they're all dead, right? Oh, I shouldn't have hit there. Newt can hit there. Everybody else will do less damage to that head. Uh-oh. Okay. It's a miracle that's the first time we've seen that happen. Honestly. Good news is he's about to take a turn. And he's going to lose that counterattack. And no one else has counterattack right now. So we're kind of okay. I am going to cleanse here. This is a terrible cleanse. But I don't want to risk giving him a counterattack right now. Cool. Alright. I don't care if this guy counterattacks. Actually, I do, but I have to not care. I guess I can just do damage to him with Hex. Oh no, he's about to... We gotta hit him. We gotta hit him. How do I hit him? We gotta put Hex out there. Okay, thank God. I had to free him because he is about to do... Yeah, see? I knew that was coming, and I had nothing to stop it. Oh, no! That's it! It's over! It's over! We don't have any way. We can't. We don't have any way. Oh, no. No, no. Oh, Rabbit must have died earlier, and I didn't see it. The good news is we did land Hex here, so we can target this head. And she didn't take a lot of turn meter. It's not over. It's not over. Believe! Believe with me, guys. Believe! Oh, okay, it's over. I needed Newt to be able to hit here. I don't know, maybe? Maybe? How did they lose? Were they not under this? I swear they were under that buff. Let's go! Oh. This is what I mean. They're just gonna keep eating. That one is under the buff. So, I definitely can't. There. Let's go, bunny! My little rabbit friend. Thank you, sir. Dude! Can you stop? Alright, he got a double turn, so that guy's gone. Rabbit's provoked, of course. So Newt's gone. I still got the bunny. The bunny can free people if I get an AoE hit here. And we do. Alright, bunny freed one. This head also exploded. I don't know if you heard that weird sound cue. Oh no, the bunny. Guys, I'm so close. I'm so close. There's no green there. You're kidding me. Yes! All right. I want to take a screenshot of that. So Razelvarg did 46 million to Newt's 30 million. So like I said, Razelvarg is going to do more damage. Also, look at the healing Razelvarg did with his leech. 5 million in healing. Pretty good. Mithrala at 30 million. Ugo at 10 million. That's more than what she did before because she now has War Master. Wixwell and Godseeker doing 10 and 11 million. And Newt at 30 million. So Newt, I'm going to be honest with you. I think Gwendolyn might replace Newt. Godseeker feels necessary. All right, let's keep result because that's a once in a. It looks like I did it on purpose. It looks like I hit 140 million and then I was like, I'm out. I quit. I did enough. I don't need to do anymore. All right, now we just need to get first place. All right. A couple of things that I need to do for you guys that I told you I would do is, man, what a stream. Talk about a way to recover your mental health. This was awesome. Thank you guys. Right out, like, on it, like, truly, thank you guys. Okay. Ugo, I've got in Relentless and Protection for speed. Remember we were talking about how these accessories can allow you to take advantage of that? So we get extra speed, and I wanted to use this chest piece, right? Because I get that speed buff. I get 17 speed off it. Guys, I don't even have that enchanted. What am I doing? There we go. Thank you. All right. This has no speed on it and probably would never be used for anybody else, but it does have accuracy, which is why I'm using it. And then this is a very bad ring for her, but it's the only protection ring I have. And that gives me a 12% speed plus 15% HP and 20 resistance. And both of these pieces, this piece has speed and this piece had accuracy, which is why I put that on her while also giving us the full Relentless. And if I get another piece of protection, she has no buffs, so never mind. Okay. That's my build on Ugo. If we look at her total stats, 230 speed, one of my faster champions on the account. Deliberately because I want her getting that block buffs out. Very important. Plus her cleanse, her mini cleanse, and heal. She's my only healer. Oh, well, technically Godseeker, but she's really my only healer. And 300 accuracy. And she just now got masteries today. I've been farming masteries overnight using passive resource generation. So, Razelvarg is built for damage. Razelvarg has 5,000 attack, 100% crit rate, 259% crit damage, but only 111 accuracy. I actually built him specifically for damage. We've got crit damage on the gauntlets, attack percent on the chest, speed on the boots, of course. It's Razelvarg. Would love to get speed as the substat, but I did take accuracy and say, hey, that's okay. Attack on the banner. If I wanted the accuracy, I would go accuracy. I will explain why I'm going attack in just a second. Crit damage, of course, and attack on the ring, of course. Speed's a little slow. 208 speed, but and this is a big, important thing to understand. He is going to go up to 308 speed because of his passive, right? So I'm okay with it. I'm kind of okay with that. I also do have a crit damage set completed. I did kind of force feed that in there a little bit. I did not need to go with the Slayer accessory either. But yeah, pretty decent stats. However, not even 30,000 HP. Very, very, very squishy. What will probably have to happen when I put in my Gwendolyn is Razelvarg, if I take out Godseeker, which I don't think I will. I think I might leave Godseeker in, right? So leave Godseeker in and take out Newt and put Gwendolyn in. That may actually be better. And then I can keep Razelvarg squishy but hard hitting because he smacks. Then we look at Gwendolyn, and let's talk about why Gwendolyn. So Gwendolyn brings decreased speed. She also brings a leech. This is why I built Razelvarg for damage. I don't need the leech from Razelvarg because I'll get the leech from Gwendolyn, right? I also get increased accuracy. Now, he brings his own increased accuracy as well. So we are doubling up on increased accuracy, but that's fine. That's fine. And she does more crit damage for the accuracy that she has. So we want her to have accuracy and, of course, damage and everything. So, yeah, I think she's going to be really good. She also extends debuffs, which is really good for me, especially because I single target hit a lot. That'll extend the block buffs from Ugo. It'll extend the Hex from Mithrala. So that's going to be really good for me. Yeah, I think Gwendolyn replacing Newt makes more sense. And keeping Godseeker in there as a reviver / buff extender. She did a great job that round of extending my buffs. I was very happy with that. Also, decreased accuracy we get here. I don't think we get that from the bunny. Yeah, just increased accuracy. And we get to continue rocking that speed aura, which is nice. So Gwendolyn is the next one. Just keeping that consistent leech. But the main thing that Gwendolyn is bringing is that decreased speed. That's what we're looking for. Now, we do need to get books into Gwendolyn as well. So we're a little farther away from using Gwendolyn than I would like, but we don't need to. We hit 140 million on Hydra. That is nuts. Nuts, nuts, nuts. Now, there was one other thing I promised to show you guys. My main team. I have made a video on this team. It has not changed. This is my Nightmare team. Now, this team is interesting, I'd say. I think there's a better team on my account, but if I'm being completely honest with you guys, this one is just more fun. Plain and simple. This one's more fun. And again, we utilize Ugo here. Okay. Let me make sure I get everybody in the right order. So this is my main team. Hex and Provoke. Block buffs, damage, cleansing, and shielding. I really like the combo of Ancora and Padric because they both have cooldown reduction on their A1s, which I really, really like. I take advantage of that quite a lot with this team. What do I think about using Seducer instead of Sepulchre Sentinel? In what context? I assume Hydra, or I assume Clan Boss, but I don't. I need more information. I also don't know what Seducer does. I don't know his kit. But this is the team. I always open with the speed. I love to get the extra turn there if I can, but it doesn't always happen. Oh, this is going to be a shit week for me. Negative affinity for lovely, lovely Archer Queen. And we're actually just going to go ahead and restart that one. In Clan Boss, I'd have to look at Seducer's kit. If you give me just a minute to show you this team very quickly, and then I will go take a look at Seducer. Not a good look for the team right now, not going to lie. But kind of the nature of the beast right now. That affinity is a real... Oh, hey, there's my extra turn mechanic that I was saying I love to have. And I get extra turn again. Back to back. So we'll get to reset nobody's cooldown because everybody is fresh and hope we actually get the provoke. We get it this time. I'm not going to do that for the whole fight. But if you have the opportunity early on in a fight and say, cool, I didn't get that fight didn't start the way I wanted and you can restart it, just go ahead and do it. Now, I actually use this here. This does put a shield, but it also gives 10% turn meter. So it speeds up the run. You get these big hits. I'm realizing now we actually want to target this head more than any head during this fight. There's that Ugo weakness that we were talking about too. So this is going to be a really rough week for this team in particular. I may need to run a different team, but we'll see. For right now, we can still kill this head, as the original plan was. But we are going to be in a tough spot with this head. I also cannot re-provoke that head, which is going to be a problem. And I have to save my provoke. To even try. So this is going to be rough, but this is the main team. If Fear comes out, the great thing about this team is I have 3 cleansers. I have a mini cleanse from Ugo. I've got a big cleanse from Padric and Ancora. You'll see there's 2 cooldown reductions right there. Because of the ally attack of Padric, he himself can place a cooldown reduction, and Ancora can do a cooldown reduction off of his... I'm in a really tough spot now. I can't. No, there's no way. I have to use it. But I get a lot of cleanses. Anyways, I get a lot of cooldown reduction from the repeated A1s. I need the Hex out, so that's why I'm doing what I just did. It'll probably get cleansed off anyways, but I can do this and hope that it's enough damage. All right, got me close enough. Even if they cleanse here. There we go. Perfect. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, and Archer Queen's also my healer as well. I can use this now. Alright, nothing I can do about that. And as you can see, I'm doing very low damage right now. I usually try to be doing about 1,000,000 damage per boss turn count. So I'd usually like to be at about 1,000,000 damage, or 11,000,000 damage right now. I'm falling short of that mostly because of the negative affinities right now. Everything's just not going my way. But that's usually where I'm at damage-wise. So we'll end that. I'm not going to do a whole run there. I do have to go. I'm already 25 minutes over, but I started like an hour late. So the least I can do is show you guys some stuff. Let me look at Seducer. Is he undead? Four turn cooldown, 4-turn cooldown. No. Nah, Seducer's trash. It's hard enough keeping a 3-turn cooldown out. Okay, I won't say trash, but it's hard enough keeping a 3-turn ally protect up. Trying to keep a 4-turn ally protect up is, you're asking a lot. So, all right, guys, I'm going to have to end it really quickly. I do have to go make my kids lunch, and then we will get back to work. Thank you guys so much. Like, you totally changed my day. Just hanging out with me, chatting with me. Obviously, we had a good result in Hydra, so yay. But just hanging out, chatting with me has been really, really good for me. So thank you all so much for that. It means more than I think you guys will ever really know, okay? So, yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. I will do my absolute very best to be on time, 9:30 tomorrow. I'll see you then.